Hey guys, it's Tony Guitarra here from Achievers Group with another passionate yet extremely practical business video vitamin. Guys, today I wanted to have a talk to you about where does trust come from? How do I develop trust? Because trust leads to a sale and your responsibility is to develop trust. We buy from people we trust. So it's really important to understand, well how do I develop trust? How do I accelerate trust? How do I build trust? So let's just go through how you can create trust and what others do to create trust. Number one way that you actually get trust is that you have authority. Clearly, there are certain professions that have this authority straight away. A doctor, a lawyer, an accountant. You look at their wall, they've got a little plaque, it says that they've got a certification in this. You trust them because you seem as though they have an authority. They've studied this for 7 years. They must know what they're talking about. Now, for those people who aren't doctors and lawyers and accountants, how do you build authority? Well, there's a couple of things that you can potentially do. You can build your own personal brand. You can go onto LinkedIn and you can get referrals and recommendations and endorsements because people are probably going to check you out. You could write a blog. You could even do something really insane. You could write a book because a book gives you instant authority because people who are experts write books. You could show your accreditations in a certain way that you're an expert in this area. You could certainly show them that you've dealt with other companies in this particular area. So that's how you develop maybe authority in your particular area. But it's really important to have authority. It's really important to speak as if you have authority. It is not arrogance, but it is a confidence in knowing that, my God, I am an expert at what I'm doing. And clearly let me articulate how we could solve this particular problem. Number two reason where does trust come from is shared background, experience, or philosophy. Really simple. It's really important that we tend to like people who are like ourselves. So clearly, if you are in a group, if you went to the same school, you went to the same university, you go to the same church, you believe in the same things, then that will actually create an enormous amount of trust because I trust you because you like the things that I like. So it's probably important that in business that you actually do business with people who are like you initially. You'll find that results to become a lot more powerful. They can trust you. Now, don't ever abuse that trust, but that trust is through affinity, a shared philosophy, experience, or background. That is where also trust comes from. It's tribal. You know, I believe what other Apple people say because they're Apple evangelists. You know, and clearly we tend to actually trust people who are in our tribes. So work out which tribes you're in, work out what you're passionate about, and see if you can network within those tribes. Number three, credibility. Now, you create trust by actually becoming creditable. The way you become creditable is through your experience, your reputation, what others say about you. It's also built on how long you've been in the industry for. That builds your credibility. So that's number three. Number four, how long you've been in business. That also creates trust. I can trust you. You've been in business for 27 years. It's really important in your marketing that you display that. It's really important to say, look, we've been servicing clients like you for the last 12 years. We've serviced over 50,000 clients. That actually builds an enormous amount of trust because I can trust you because you've been doing this for a long period of time, and because you've been doing it for so long, you must be good at it because you'd be out of business if you weren't. Number five, celebrity. Being known or being known for something. Now, look, unfortunately, we live in a celebrity-driven culture. One of the best things that you can do to create celebrity status is, first of all, write a book. But more importantly, work out how you can speak from the stage. Don't even care, don't even worry if you actually don't get paid for it. But as soon as you walk up on that stage, you will be viewed by somebody in the audience as a celebrity. And we sometimes buy products or services from celebrities because we aspire to be like them. There is an aspirational quality. I want to be like them. Look, I'm a speaker, and there are many, many people that hear me speak and they buy the product. In fact, I could probably sell anything to them. Now, I don't, because I'm trying to service their needs, but to a certain degree, they're caught up in the halo effect, the celebrity effect. I want to be like you. Whatever you're peddling, I will buy, is the whole process. So really important to be a celebrity in your own marketplace and try to develop a culture of becoming that celebrity. Number 6, familiarity, which is reassuring omnipresence, always being there, always being consistent. That builds trust. And continuing to contact customers and prospects on an ongoing basis. Having a system, it might be an electronic system where they get a newsletter, or they get blogs, or they get Facebook feeds from you on a regular basis. So they start to become part of the family. I think that is so important. Number 7, frequency. The more often heard and seen, the more trusted. The more times that they see your brand, your personality, your profile around, the more they trust you. Frequency and familiarity always leads to greater trust. Number 8, second person referral. Earned, engineered, borrowed, rented, purchased endorsements. It's not what I say about myself, it's what others say about you. And there are so many devices now to get endorsements. There are so many invoices to get testimonials. There are so many ways to get liked on your Facebook business page. Those are certain things that actually say you must be good because everyone else is saying that you are good. Number 9, place. You can build trust because you're in the right geographical target market. I'm a firm believer that you go centimetres wide, kilometres deep. I'm a firm believer that you develop a niche and you become an expert in that. That is called place. You will develop trust by focusing in a particular marketplace, being an expert in that marketplace, positioning yourself as the expert in that marketplace, because that will then develop trust, because then they will go, you are so good at that because you focus only in on that. You must be so good at that. And number 10 is demonstration. Seeing is believing. People will become much more trustful when you can demonstrate the product, or more importantly, they get involved in that demonstration where they start owning it. So it's really important to do all of those things. So I want you to understand, to go back over those slides and say, this is where trust comes from. The first question is, trust is really important to creating a sale. It's really important to creating a relationship. How many of these 10 items can I tick the box off and say I have? And then go through them and say, how do I develop the others in my own marketing and sales arsenal moving forward, so people then trust me implicitly, because when trust is evident, sales come easily. So until next time, God bless you. Have the most amazing week.